Hello friends, today we will discuss abstract data type and this remaining part of our discussion on introduction of data structure. In the last lecture, I talked about some basic concepts of data structure. What is the difference of data and information? What is the use of data structure? What are the ways for selection of data structure? And very brief, I talked about linear and non-linear data structure. Today I'm going to discuss the same concept with the joint concept with abstract data type. So firstly, what is abstract data type? So if we define this term, in short we say ADT, abstract data type. So all these data structures, we can take it as a abstract data type. So in conceptually, we can say abstract data type stores data and allow various operations on the data. And by these operations, these data can be accessed and can be changed. So we can understand abstract data type as a mathematical model together with various operations defined on that model. So abstract data type is a kind of logical phenomenon, a kind of mathematical or logical model. An abstract data type is a collection of data and associated operations for manipulating that data. Any abstract data type should support information hiding, encapsulations, abstractions. All these concepts come under object-oriented programming languages. This is not our discussion today. So, abstraction. This you have to understand. What is this term abstraction? Abstraction is the structuring of a problem into a well-defined entities by defining their data and operations. And the principle of hiding the user data structure and to only provide a well-defined interface is known as encapsulation. So in the very concept of abstraction, the user of that ADT may not be aware about the complexity of the implementation of that ADT, but there will be some operation, there will be some subroutines by which those data can be accessed, can be manipulated, can be added as per the operations provided on that abstract data type. So whatever non-linear and linear data structure we will discuss in this whole course. So all these data structures can be taken as a abstract data type. Why? Because on each data structure, for example, if I talk about stack, queue, tree, graph, then we will discuss some operations to access the data by these data structure has been organized. So data structure, when we use, then we mean physical implementation of an abstract data type. Data structure can be in the form of primitive facility provided by a programming language like in C we know array is available in most of the programming languages. A kind of list, a kind of array with different name are available. So basically array data structure is implemented already in most of the language. And if it is not available in programming language, then we implement. So are built from the language constructs user defined. Each operation associated with the abstract data type ADT is implemented by one or more function subroutines. Like if you talk about stack, then we need two operation, push and pop. Push for addition of an element and pop for removing any element from the top. These are some operations on abstract data type: addition of an element, removing, finding, retrieving, or accessing an item. These are the basic operations. No single data structure works well for all purposes, and so it is important to know the strength of each data structure and limitation of each data structure. So I am going to discuss in more detail in the last lecture, and you already aware about array. You have learned in first year also. So second one, linked list. In linked list, it is also a linear data structure, flexible structure. It can grow and it can shrink. If we are adding an element in linked list, we use term node instead of element basically. So this is the node. This is the node. In each node, here the value of that data will be stored, and here the address of next node will be stored. So each node consists of two fields, first one for data and second one for the address of next node. One thing more, here in data field, it may be that more than one data item can be stored. It may be a kind of structure things. So we use two pointer to point the first element, and to point last element we use the pointer last. As you know, we use pointer. आप सबने 80 में पढ़ा हुआ है pointer. So same pointer you can understand here also. If it is a singly linked list, then only this first pointer is required. And if we use arrows in both direction, that is doubly linked list, then we need two pointer, one for to point first element and last to point last element or last node. So elements can be inserted, accessed, deleted at any position. So this is a very basic in very brief about the linked list. Different data type of different types of linked list we will discuss later. Now next is stack. Stack is a collection with access only to the last element inserted. We use the term top. Last in, first out. We use term push for insertion, and we use term pop for deletion or removing. So this top points the top of this data structure. From this point only element can be inserted and element can be deleted. Queue with access only to the item that has been present the longest. That means last in, last out, या most generally हम बोलते हैं first in, first out. जैसे आप अपने जनरल लाइफ में भी फील करते हैं, आप मेस में जाते हैं, जो सबसे पहले आता है वो सबसे पहले सर्व किया जाता है. तो दिस इज द क्यू in most of our daily life we have experience, especially Indian. Tree. Now we have two more data structure, tree and graph. A tree is a collection of elements called nodes. Linked list में, tree में और ग्राफ में हम टर्म यूज करते हैं एलिमेंट के लिए नोड्स. So it is a hierarchical data structure. One of the node is distinguished as a root. This is the pointer. Root is also a pointer. It is used to point the root of the node. और आप एक्सेस कर सकते हैं एलिमेंट्स को रूट के द्वारा. ऐसा नहीं कि आप इस एलिमेंट को डायरेक्टली एक्सेस करना है. So to accessing any element, you have to go through via root. Along with the relation parenthood means this node will be called as a child of this root, and this root is a parent of this and parent of this. And in same way, this node have two child. This is the left child and this is the right child. This node have only right child, not left child. Last one, graph. Tree is a special case of graph. You can see here, this is the node, node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4, node 5. And these are the arrows. In all of these 5 nodes, there may be any one node which we say source node. Just like in tree, root points to the root node, root pointer points root node. In same way, to access elements in graph, a arrow, a pointer is used to point source node, and from that source node we can access other element via edges. So you can see all these nodes are connected by edges. All these linked list, stack, queue, tree, graph can be implemented by arrays. Also, stack, queue, tree, and graph can be implemented by linked list. And again, linked list can be implemented by either array or through dynamic memory allocation. We will discuss when we'll discuss all these data structures in more detail. So here we are showing the representation of this graph in memory. So suppose this is the 5 node. So for 5 node, we will have n cross n matrix. And if 1 to 1, we have no age. So Boolean, age exists, then true. And if not exists, then false. So memory required n cross n. So this is all about this introductory chapter. In next lecture, we will discuss the time complexity, how we can compute the time complexity and what's the significance of this complexity, whether it is time complexity or space complexity. So आज के लिए इतना ही. Thank you.